Hey guys, today we're going to look at what is an object in JavaScript. So an object is made up of properties which have a key value pair, okay? So let's have a look of how we use an object in JavaScript. So let's say we have a car. A car is an object, so we can say var car, and that's equal to an object. So the syntax of creating an object, there is multiple ways of creating an object, but the one I use most often is the object literal. So it's two curly braces. So that's how we create an object. So as I said at the beginning here, it's made up of key value pairs. So right now we have a variable car that's equal to an object. So we can say the make, which is the key, and that has a value of Toyota. Okay. And we can say the year which it was made. Let's just say it was 1999, and let's just say the location is Canada. Okay, so we can see here we've created a variable called car, and it's equal to an object. So you can see it stores information about that car. It has the make, the year, the location. Now, how do we actually use objects in our code here? So let's say we had a website and we wanted to output the make and the year of the car. How would we access these properties inside that object? And we do that through what's called the dot notation. What that means is, for now, we can just console.log the variable car, and we can see it'll output the object here that has the make, the year, and the location. So if we wanted to access the location value or the location property in the car object, we would use the dot notation. And it's as simple as using the object name. So in this case, it's car is the variable which is assigned to the object. We can go car dot location. And now we'll have access to that property. And you can see it outputs Canada. If we were to change that to car dot make, we should see Toyota. So that's how we use objects in JavaScript. We will create an object using the object literal syntax. Inside it, we will have the different properties, which is just made up of a key and a value. And we can, in this case, assign this object to a variable. And then to access the different properties in the object, we use the dot notation by giving the object name and then the property that you're trying to access. So let's create another example here. Let's just say we have a variable called object here, obj, and inside that we have a name property, which value is a string called ray. And now to add another property to this object, which actually reminds me I made a mistake in the last code. If you noticed, when you have multiple properties inside an object, we gotta separate them by putting a comma after the first property. If I was to do like I did just a moment ago, that would actually give us an error. Okay, so we have name, which is Ray, and let's say we have another property called func, and this is going to be equal to a function. And inside that function, we're going to console.log this dot name. Okay, so now what we can do is come down here and go object and call that func property, which is a function. So we can run this and we should expect to see we have to return. And maybe it doesn't recognize that it's ES6, so let's go ahead and do this the long way. So func is a function, and that function should return a console.log. Oh, right. Okay. So I think REPL just didn't recognize the ES6 there. It's not turned on properly. But let's discuss this. So we created a variable obj, which is equal to an object. And inside that object, we have two properties. The first one is a property with a key of name, and its value is a string of ray. The second property has a key func, and it's equal to a function. Yes, we can put functions in objects here and assign them to a property. And that returns a console.log of this.name. So this is referencing the nearest object in this case, which is obj or variable. So we can say basically it's going obj.name. And again, we're using the dot notation to access this property. So when we come down to line 8, we just say the object, and we want to access the property again using the dot notation. In this case, func is a function, so we just use our normal way of calling a function, and we see the output of array. So that's all we've got today about a quick intro to objects. I hope this helped you out a small bit in understanding what objects are in JavaScript, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.